It's the question everybody wants to know the answer to before embarking on energy healing. What results can I expect, and how long will they take to show up? Anyone who tells you or gives you the impression that all of their clients are immediately transformed is not being entirely truthful. So what sort of results can I expect from energy healing, and how long should I wait for them to show up? And in the meantime, how can I tell whether it's actually working for me? In terms of how quickly to expect results after a session, this varies wildly, not only between people, but even from session to session for the same person. Sometimes great transformations occur as a result of just a few minutes' work and are felt during the session itself, especially with physical pain.
Look at this, I'm exercising now.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't do this when we first started. It was like I couldn't even hold the phone, so it was so intense.
And have a bit of a walk around now and see if there's any difference.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my Achilles, I don't feel, that's a 0 now.
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
Other times, it takes more sessions to see any results. It really depends on the person and how much imbalance they have in their system that needs to be resolved before the main benefits can be felt. And that's often impossible to know until we've released it. I've often shared that I've worked with people for several sessions on the same thing, with apparently no results. So we've moved on to something else, and several weeks later I've gone back and asked them how that original issue is, and they can barely remember it because it hasn't troubled them for a while. And the same things often happened when I've been working on myself. Some things for some people just take longer to go through the system and show changes. Some people feel disheartened by this and may even switch to another practitioner and get quick success with them without realizing that it's actually the work of the original practitioner that laid the foundations for the future success. It's unfortunately the case that it's impossible to know in advance how exactly and how much my issue will be improved by the work. We aim to get people functioning at their full potential, but it's not possible to know in advance what that full potential is for each issue. This potential may also grow over time, so further improvement may be possible with or without more work. As a rule of thumb though, and this is just an indication of how things typically work out, it's definitely not a hard and fast rule, there tend to be certain things that I've found to be more or less responsive to the work more or less quickly. Physical pain, for example, is something that can often be alleviated within minutes, and there are several testimonials on our website that attest to this. As a general indication, pain that's more recent will tend to respond more quickly than an injury that happened 20 or 30 years ago, though there are some exceptions to this too. Where there's significant physical degeneration of the tissue, for example in age-related knee joint erosion, limited success is likely, though recovery from surgery can be greatly helped. The bottom line though is that it really depends on the particular configuration of imbalances that each person carries within them. I know from my own experience of seeking healing before becoming a healer myself that this uncertainty about what I'll get from my sessions is deeply unsatisfying and frustrating. I was after clarity in order to be able to make the best decisions with the limited resources I had. But the truth is that this clarity is never available before the work has taken place, as we can't possibly know the inner energetic state of our bodies. So I always emphasize to people what I learnt for myself, which is that the best and probably the only way to understand which therapy to go for and how long to stay with it if we're not seeing immediate results is to look inside and find out what we really feel about it, whether or not it feels right to us. What we find might be surprising. We might on the surface be anxious about not having any results yet, but within we might be solid and certain that this is the right way, or vice versa. And if we feel that things aren't moving as fast as we'd like them to, there are things that both the healer and the client can do to really optimize the results of the work. We've made a number of videos that you can find on our YouTube channel or in written form in the article section of our website that offer suggestions to help with this. The website, heartfulhealing.co.uk, is also the place to find out more about the work we do, how we do it, and the effects it has on our clients' lives.
At my age, it's not easy to get a job, and I was hired to work in a clothing store, and it absolutely terrified me because I'm not good on the computer. I felt very insecure and I needed a lot of confidence. Every time we had a session, I just felt like my whole chart went up to 100 plus. I felt very invigorated, I felt positive, and I felt capable. And I'm doing much, much better every day now. And I feel confident. And I will keep your smiling face in my heart.